what unexpected changes could the 2025 national budget bring to your daily life? Let's dive into the 2025 national budget, a topic that's crucial for all of us to understand. This budget doesn't just come from thin air, it's a reflection of our priorities as a nation, has the potential to impact everything we do, from the roads we drive on to the schools our kids attend. Each dollar allocated can mean more funding for programs that help our communities or might signal cutbacks in sectors that many rely on. Understanding it is key to staying informed and managing what happens next in our lives. Budget season can be confusing, but it actually shapes our economic landscape and influences our day-to-day routines. As citizens, we should care about how our tax dollars are being spent and what it means for services we depend on, like healthcare, education, and even welfare programs. When the government makes decisions about where to allocate money, it can significantly affect our lives, making it essential for everyone to engage in the conversation. Marking funds in the national budget influences decisions on crucial issues that directly affect citizens, so keeping up with proposed changes and possible challenges is vital. Get ready, because the trends shown in the budget may dictate everything from job creation to social services, meaning we all need to pay attention. Let's break things down and see what lies ahead. Looking back at the current budget, there are several key challenges that need addressing. Deficits have been a hot topic, and grappling with these financial gaps requires tough decision making. Our nation has been facing mounting pressures when it comes to funding shortages, especially in public services. As demands continue to rise, the question remains, how do we ensure everyone has access to essential services without accruing more debt? Public service demands are escalating as the population grows and changes, adding more pressure on the available budget. Healthcare continues to strain under an ever-increasing need as older generations expand in number and complexity. Schools are also feeling the pinch with rising student populations, which tug at the already tight budgets. Each of these challenges contributes to a mounting sense of urgency for a sustainable financial strategy going forward. Balancing the budget means prioritizing certain sectors, but sacrifices are inevitable. The environment, education, and veteran services are often left in the lurch when all eyes are focused solely on addressing debt. This creates a tough situation. How do we determine what gets the funding it needs and what may have to wait? There's no straightforward answer, and that's what makes the upcoming budget so crucial. The balance between funding what we need now versus what we might need in the future hangs in the balance. Moreover, let's not forget the impact of inflation on the budget. Prices have been steeper due to a variety of factors, including global events and increased demand for goods and services. Those dynamics affect how much the government can do with each dollar. Combating these effects needs to be part of the conversation for any budget proposal. Equally, how the government decides to address these concerns will determine the level of support available for essential programs in the upcoming fiscal period. Additionally, addressing mental health needs has formed a growing part of public discourse. The public health crisis has shed light on gaps in mental health services, and people are calling for more funding directed toward mental health initiatives. As conversations around mental health grow, it's clear this needs to be a critical focus in the upcoming budget to meet the rising demand for services. Funding for infrastructure has also become a hot button issue. Our cities and rural areas have roads, bridges, and utilities that need serious attention, but the funds required for maintenance and improvement often seem to evaporate when it's budget time. It's becoming apparent that if we want a better quality of life, we need substantial investment in our infrastructure. The challenge lies in balancing that need with other pressing budget demands. Social programs have faced their fair share of budget cuts and realignments as well. These programs are meant to help those vulnerable in our society, but the question often centers around how much is enough. We need to closely monitor proposed budget changes, as these could either strengthen or weaken these support systems. When it comes to education, the budget can change the course for upcoming generations. It's not just about K-12 but also includes higher education and technical training. A well-rounded education budget is crucial considering the skills needed in our evolving job market. Preparing our youth for future opportunities needs funding and strategic allocation to ensure every learner can access quality education. With all these challenges in mind, we can move towards the various components that make up the 2025 national budget. Among the most significant proposed changes include efforts to bolster education funding. Advocates are pushing for increased allocations to support teachers, expand programs, and improve school facilities. It's essential because a thriving education system leads to a brighter future for generations to come. Changes in healthcare funding are also on the table. Expect to see discussions on expanding healthcare access for underserved populations and addressing critical issues within mental health services. The impact of this could be profound, creating a ripple effect through communities by improving overall health outcomes and providing crucial support for those in need. Infrastructure, another critical area, is likely to see proposed enhancements. There's talk about investment in renewable energy and sustainable practices aimed at reshaping our energy consumption for a greener future. This could lighten the burden on our environment and potentially create new jobs in green technology and infrastructure development. Social programs may face shifts in funding, focusing on whether to expand benefits or identify cuts. Balancing these resources effectively means determining where needs overlap and where we might be overextending. Making sure the most vulnerable populations receive help has become a crucial aspect of budget considerations. What about tax changes? There are always discussions about adjustments that could either broaden or tighten the tax base. These moves could significantly impact income levels and how much individuals can take home each pay period, shaping everyday financial realities for many. As we peel back the layers, it's clear that the proposed changes in education, healthcare, social programs, and infrastructure will create substantial implications. Expect controversies too, especially around potential cuts or reallocations that inevitably spark debate among citizens and lawmakers alike. Discussions will likely emerge about accountability and how funds can best be distributed to get the most bang for our buck. Adding to the entry are some controversial proposals that are bound to raise eyebrows. One significant proposal is a potential increase in taxes on higher income brackets, aiming to generate revenue for vital social programs. This plan could ignite fierce debates around equity and burden sharing. The pushback could be intense and controversial, leading to an ongoing discussion about who should pay for essential services within our communities. The proposition to cut funding for certain programs has also been center stage. There's speculation around limiting resources for public broadcasting or community development initiatives. Scrutinizing how these cutbacks would impact local communities will surely keep everyone talking. It raises tough questions about values and priorities when it comes to funding moral obligations versus practical necessities. Amidst these debates, there's anticipation around how new regulations might affect different sectors. We could see restrictions placed on certain industries designed to promote more sustainable practices or ensure responsible management. How these regulations would be implemented may cause some major disruptions in operations as businesses scramble to comply. Many in the business sector are also keeping a close watch on funding for technology and innovation grants. Prioritizing this area could transform our economic landscape, paving the way for new industries and job creation. It's a potential turning point that could propel the country into a more competitive position globally. The official announcements regarding the budget will give us an idea of where the government's focus will lie. Observing the nuances in these proposed changes will be crucial to understanding the broader implications for individuals and families across the country. As we wrap up our discussion, it's clear that the 2025 national budget will come with its fair share of surprises. We've unpacked potential challenges, explored specific components, and highlighted proposals that could drastically alter the landscape of public services. Each of these factors plays a significant role in shaping not just policies but the everyday life of citizens. If you ever find yourself wondering about the potential surprises lurking in the 2025 national budget, reflect on how new allocations might affect services on which many rely. The implications extend to all corners of society, revealing layers of impacts that may not be immediately visible. As we await the final budget, keep these discussions in mind. They may well shape your own experiences moving forward. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what surprises you expect from the budget. Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more insights into these economic topics. Your perspective matters, so let's keep the conversation going.